For the record.
For the record. For the record. For the record.
Here's for the record.
Welcome back. Today we brought on Mac Marler. Introduce yourself or any of the things you want to say real quick.
Yo, weed is legal now.
Living in the future.
Yeah. Happy New Year's.
Right?
2022. This is how we're starting it off.
With a beer crack.
Yeah.
Cheers, gentlemen.
Cheers. Cheers.
Fucking A.
Fucking A.
Well, technically this is our third one. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, you picked out Immortal Technique
Yes, I
Revolutionary Volume 2.
Great album.
Start this off real quick and then...
Still probably one of my top 10 favorite concerts that I've seen live. Immortal
I've not
Technique.
seen him yet. That's one that's gotten away from me.
Dude, I got to see him and Talib Kweli in Boise, Idaho. It was dope. It was pretty sweet.
Fuck yeah.
It was a crazy trip too, man. It was a fucking wild trip. Almost got arrested like 3 times. And
The good old days, huh?
yeah.
So why is it that you picked this album?
I don't know. This one stands out. I don't know. Not many people really know about Immortal Technique. I feel like people should know about who he is because he's got a lot to say. I don't know. It's just real music. I feel he's got something to say.
Revolutionary style and everything.
Yeah. Talks about real subjects, real issues that's going on in the world and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Is there any song that stands out in particular to you?
Actually, yes. What is it? It's Obnoxious.
Obnoxious?
That is a good one. I fucking love that song. Yeah. Great song.
I agree.
Yeah. And I mean, shoot. When did this album come out? How long ago?
I might say on that too.
2005. 2005.
Yeah.
2005.
It's still a fucking album that I can listen to. No fucking problem.
Front to
Yeah.
back.
Oh yeah. Front to back, no problem. Never seen something. Yeah. It doesn't get old.
Yeah, this was the first album of his that I heard, and it was actually they're twins from Colorado that showed me them. Garrison and Roland.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they showed me that back in the day. It was probably 2007, 2008,
Right.
I'd say.
Yeah, the first Immortal Technique song I ever heard was Dances with the Devil.
Yeah, I think that's most everyone's first.
Oh, yeah.
And going back to what you said, probably one of the only songs that a lot of people know by him.
Oh, yeah. And that song is such a... Oh, man.
It's a dagger, man.
It is. It's a dagger. It's hard to listen to sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
It's crazy, too. So he played that song live in Boise, and before he played the song, he told everybody, like, look, I'm about to play Dance with the Devil. If you don't want to be here to listen to the song, I totally understand. I won't feel offended if you guys have to walk away, if any of you have to walk away or whatever. There's a good amount of people that walked out. They're like, no,
Yeah, I don't want any part of that.
Yeah, but he was, when he was talking on stage, he's like, everybody always asks me, is this song like a real story? And he's like, yeah, it's real. This shit happens every fucking day in life, man. Like, you know.
Yeah, he says it at the end of the song and everything, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was there with Billy Jacobs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to say the rest.
I'm not gonna say that.
That's all we need.
Yeah. Definitely.
No, but with that, just not trying to get too off topic, but with that song, it's an art form in itself, I believe, to make something so disgusting and vile come off beautiful, right? And
Yeah.
there's some songs like that will always stick out. Constance by
Oh, yeah.
Jay Manderos.
Dude, that
Yeah,
song
it's
is...
another good one. Still just
disgusting, but
Yeah.
beautifully done.
It's just it's crazy like how much power a song can hold, you know,
Right.
just make you feel something to where like you're like fuck, you know,
Yeah.
almost sick to your stomach or just And I mean also too, Immortal Technique, man, his music gets me hyped up.
Yeah, no,
You know,
that's,
like it definitely gets me hyped. Like
yeah.
it's
put it in your car system and just everything. The bass lines are so good, just the music itself.
Download this off the internet and bump it outside.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
He didn't even care about the money. He just wants people to listen to what he has to say.
right.
With this album, supposedly, with all the money that he made off of it, he took it down to his mother or his grandmother in Colombia or wherever he's from and bought her like a whole bunch of land, and they started to do stuff to feed that community that she's from.
Didn't he like build schools in
Yeah,
Africa too?
I was hearing about that too. Yeah, I heard something about him. Definitely.
He's very good for the public, and I know that he used to be like into politics really hard too, and he just wanted the best for everyone. But I haven't heard anything too much about him lately. I don't know if he's still doing music or not.
Right.
Yeah, a lot of his stuff was really political. Like
This song.
This song,
Peruvian cocaine.
yeah,
Peruvian cocaine. Yeah. Talking about how the government's stealing the shit and selling it back to him. You know?
yeah, oh, every day.
Yeah.
Other than the concerts to the concert that you went, is there anything that you remember about this album that sticks out? Like
At the show or just
no, just in general, like from the first time you heard it.
Oh, dude, like it's crazy. Sometimes like listening to that one, it just brings me back to like being like fucking 18, cruising around, you know, like just I don't know, it brings back those type of memories, like old school, like just It's crazy how it can do that, you know, like certain albums bring me back to certain places and time, like
Right.
just you know, going through certain issues in life or whatever, and just listening to music to escape shit. And,
Yeah,
yeah.
I agree.
Like muscle memory, that's like a sound memory.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, for
takes
sure.
you back. Fucking A.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely.
It's crazy, like how he goes through this and he goes through every stage.
You know, it's fun. Oh yeah, and you know, it's funny.
Cutting it up to where it gets into the like last guy's pocket, you know.
Right. Oh yeah. And it's funny too. I think every Immortal Technique CD or something I've ever had, it's always been a burned CD too.
Oh, funny.
It's always been a burned CD or downloaded off the internet.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got most of my stuff from Chad back in the day. And just like, oh, can you put this on my iPod? Put this on my iPod? Give me that Immortal Technique, please.
Yeah.
Good old times when iPods were accessible.
They were the goat for the longest time. Like, oh, I got a 160 gig iPod. I have enough music that I can listen to a different song for like a year and a half straight.
Right.
I want to get. I've been looking at them. They still have the old school.
Classic.
Yeah, they sell
Yeah.
for like 300 plus.
I know.
What?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they went
Still?
up. Oh yeah,
God damn.
because they're discontinued.
Yeah. They're pretty pricey out there. But
I still have two of them.
I still got one that's got all the music off
Yeah.
fucking computer on 7th Street.
Yeah.
All of it.
damn.
Yeah.
That's some old school shit.
Yeah. I gotta revive it and bring it back, man, and be like,
If you plug that into a computer nowadays, it'd probably have its own little small seizure and be like, crash.
Crash. It's going down.
totally.
Can't have this.
No, I lost a bunch of my music from computers and stuff. I had this app. It was like Google Play or something like that. Well, they ended up selling the app or closing the app or something.
No,
YouTube bought it
YouTube
out.
Music bought it. I have it.
Yeah, so I had so much, and it was crazy because like I never updated it because I could put that app on anything and access all my fucking old music. I had thousands of songs I could access off this app. And then the app fucking got sold, and I fucking lost
all of it.
Well, not all of it. I still have like, I think there was like 400 or 500 songs that were actually downloaded onto my phone from that app. So
Yeah.
there's, and it's an old phone I have right
You
now.
still have U2? Bono? Remember when he
Oh,
did that?
Oh, God, that fucking ass.
That thing's, oh man, yeah, dude, you can never get that shit off that fucking iTunes.
It would always come up in your playlist and be like, motherfucker,
You
turn
can-
this guy off.
I know. Smart though. It was a super smart move on his part though. I mean,
Maybe.
I
I
don't
never heard of him until then, and then I was like, fuck Bono.
I don't know. I heard
Yeah.
YouTube on YouTube, fucking South Park.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, they made fun of him hard over that shit.
Dude, I'm a number 2.
Number 2.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Collecting music is kind of becoming a lost art form because all the streaming services and everything.
Oh yeah.
I think like I used to have a lot, but honestly, the only music that I have like hard copies of and everything, I made sure I downloaded the CDs and still have is like Angry Mike.
Okay.
I can't find Angry Mike on any streaming service.
No, he is on SoundCloud with some of his.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, some of his newer stuff, and then YouTube always has.
Yeah, I
Angry
usually.
Mike.
Yeah, I can find it on YouTube. I just can't find it on YouTube Music.
Right.
I do. I found it. I got a bunch. Yeah.
That's one that I might have to send off just to make my own vinyl of.
You can do that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's dope.
You can do anything. You can make like a mix of vinyl, but it would just be nice to do like a few albums. Like I'd like to do Intuition and Angry Mike. So those are about the only two that I can't find.
No Intuition finals, huh?
Nope. But it would be sick to have. Especially the one album. I forget what that album's called, but
Intuition's fucking good, man. You showed me him when we were living in Missoula, and I was like, holy fuck, man.
also
That Mendez guy would be another one too. Was it Mendez?
Menza Raps.
Menza Raps. That
Yeah, Menza Raps. He's really good. And I think that was just more for a pastime. 'Cause he made those like 5-10 songs and then just nothing else.
It disappeared.
Yeah. He ended up deleting like one of my favorites from him. I don't know why. It kind of sucks, but
You shouldn't have done that.
no, he deleted it.
Oh,
Yeah, it's gone now. I can't find it anywhere.
Damn.
But I would recommend anyone that has not listened to this album, Immortal Technique, to actually sit down and listen to the thing front to back and just listen to everything. The truth, like from like hardcore truth and reality hardcore hip hop, as he puts it. It's
literally like a book.
yeah, it's
well
not all
structured.
just.
Yeah.
It's not your dancing music. But
Yeah. Not your club dancing music at all, for sure.
no, I wouldn't even try and
This is,
dance to anything.
This is like
Slow
put your
dancing
hoodie up and
music.
smoke a blunt music.
Yeah.
Just zone out.
Right. Just listen to it. Listen to what the fuck you're saying, because it's like,
Yeah.
holy shit.
Yeah.
It's deep.
Yeah, very deep. He does very well. His first album was really good too. Not as structured as this one. It was more just like showing the world that he had bars and could rip your head off and
Yeah.
just go at it. But he chilled out with this album a little bit more.
Yeah, you guys remember the old YouTube video with like Slug and Immortal Technique
Yeah.
and Aesop Rock all freestyling outside of some venue?
I
Yeah,
don't think I've seen that one.
That's a good one.
yeah. Watch that. That was a long time ago.
Oh yeah, that was early 2000s. Maybe even 1999 and 98. Yeah.
It's crazy how long those guys were out doing this before we knew who they were.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's crazy to think about. 7 years before we even heard of him.
Right?
Just freestyling with Slug. You
Yeah.
know? Holy
They're
shit.
just trying to get their music by, just pushing it little by little.
Oh, yeah.
Finally took off. I don't know. Did he sign with someone? Immortal Technique? Or was it?
I'm not too sure. I thought he was independent.
It says Viper Records.
Viper Records? Couldn't tell you who that is. Here's your favorite song.
This reminds me of like more like the old like Cadillac driving around or the Blackbird driving around, just slumping.
The stuff that he says in this, I wonder, like, if you were to come out a song like that now today, how many people would get offended?
So many
everybody.
people
Oh
try
my
to
God.
cancel you.
It would get canceled, yeah.
Immediately, some feminists would be like, "Oh my God!" Her brain would melt down, and that would be the end of it.
It's funny though.
Yep.
You just have to come out and be like, I identify as a pop star and just spit this shit out.
Right? What about you, Gabe? What do you remember about all this? Like, what is it that takes you back?
Started with Garrison. I remember he
Garrison.
brought it over and we listened to it and we were like, "What the fuck is this?" And then, yeah, I think we downloaded it on the computer and then just, it nostalgia brings me back, you know.
Right.
And like we said, it's so deep, you know. Like if you listen to the lyrics and what he's saying and you look up all this shit that he's saying and you're like, "Holy fuck, I didn't even know about this shit," you know. Like it's fucking great music, you know.
I do like that his cover art looks like the Scarface.
Even the inside of this is pretty dope.
Yeah.
It's like the White House, a bunch of presidents shot dead.
So badass. Yeah. So fucking badass.
Yeah, who all?
Bin Laden.
Bin Laden.
They just recognized George Bush and Bin Laden.
Yeah. I don't know who these guys are.
Probably like Dick Cheney or something. I don't know.
Yeah, Bin Laden, bullet in the forehead, holding some CIA files.
Yeah.
Funny, because that's how fucking Bin Laden got it. He got fucking popped in the brain.
But
By a guy from Bozeman or
Yeah,
Billings.
yeah, it was Butte. Yeah,
Butte,
it was
yeah.
a Montanan that got him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a Montana Navy SEAL fucking blasted him.
You're welcome, America.
Welcome, America.
yeah, but really though, you guys gotta think. Immortal Technique had that song. Bin Laden blow up the projects.
It was you. It was you.
To tell the truth. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a good song.
that is a good song. That was after this record for sure. That was when he was doing a little bit more stuff with Pigpen and
I got that. I can hear that song in my head.
Yeah.
It's like, that was a hard one to listen to sometimes.
Yeah.
That beat just kind of threw me off a little bit.
right. The third album, it wasn't all that great, but this one, again, I can listen to it front to back nonstop.
Yep.
Yeah,
Just
just
maybe
classic.
the last two songs are about the only two that I'm like,
I think it was his last album. The one that had the song The Martyr.
Yeah.
That's a really good song, too. I really enjoyed that one.
Definitely a good song.
Burn
it outside. Don't burn it off the internet.
And we did.
and we did. Yeah, no, back when I was really searching for this, I was going back and forth from California, stopped at every CD shop trying to find the physical copy, and nothing had it. It was like years and years later that I finally came across it, and then CDs were over, so I may or may not have bought it, I forget. And obviously, when I was collecting vinyls, I was like, that you have to have it.
Oh yeah,
It's
definitely.
not in your collection, and at least if you're having a hip hop collection of vinyl, it's a must.
Yeah. Definitely a classic.
Yeah.
What about you, Nick? What's your input on it? Where'd you first pick it up at? Well, I guess you already told us that.
Yeah,
but
well, yeah, basically like Mother Wilson's house and everything. And yeah, just hanging out.
Slamming the back door.
Yeah, just hanging out back in the day, drinking a few beers, just bumping. We used to just put this stuff on, even like CD format and everything, and just no one would talk.
Right.
It would just be quiet for like 80 minutes.
Right. This is one of my favorite beats right here, and it doesn't even rap over it. He just
Talks.
yeah.
It's actually a pretty good one.
His drums in this, like, throughout are just amazing drums. Yeah, that's nice.
Yep.
Simplistic.
Yeah. I want to say that he also did most of these beats himself, but I could be wrong on that.
Yeah, I'm not sure on that.
Like a lot of them, like kind of sound Peruvian, like in the, yeah,
Yeah.
like stayed true to his fucking roots on that shit. Like it sounds fucking dope.
Let's check it out after you're done with it. One of you guys got your phone that you can look it up to see who did the beat on this?
I turned mine off. I'll turn it back on.
I got my phone.
You got yours?
Set that back over there, Mac. So this is you and I talked about a week or two ago, and you had something else picked out. Is there a reason why you chose this over that, or do you remember?
I was thinking about Mr. Green beats.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Green, Volume 1 and 2, and then
We were actually talking about that last night.
I know, yeah. Yeah, we were. Dude. Yeah, because that just brings back a lot of memories of the old PBR house, man. Just
Yeah.
fucking
Fuck yeah.
rapping all night and drinking.
Oh, you just the beats themselves, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I don't actually think he has those on vinyl.
No?
No, I know he has like some of his live from the street stuff on vinyl, and then now a lot of people are jumping on those earlier beats and putting those out too, but it's not the same.
Yeah, so it says here that Immortal Technique does definitely try to seek control and usually does most of his own production.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I figured
February
so.
19th, 1978, Lima, Peru.
Oh, that's when he was born, 78.
Yeah, read his info.
Yeah, he was also incarcerated for a year while he was in college for assault-related offenses.
Where'd he go?
While in prison, he honed his rapping skills and released on parole in 1999 and took over freestyle rap battling and became a champion in the underground New York City rap battle scene.
So I used to watch some of those old rap battles, but back then the footage is just terrible. So it's not very fun to watch.
His actual name is Felipe.
Felipe? No shit.
It's Immortal Technique.
Sorry, sir.
Sorry.
See, the black race can't afford you no more. Oh, there used to be a time we'd see somebody like you sit down and yap.
He's all Immortal Technique is also one of those guys that you don't really see with a lot of features. He has a few here and there,
Right.
like 2 songs ago, but
Needed somebody to mistreat. Call
he definitely is one that has a message and doesn't need any help getting across.
Which for me, that is like I appreciate that more.
Oh, yeah.
I definitely give
I don't-
respect. Like
Yeah.
doing shit just by yourself is definitely hard. I've done solo rap and band shit's way easier.
Right.
It's hard to get a whole message across, especially if you're doing chorus, three verses.
Dude, just even doing that and then having to do like 5 more songs after that same thing. You gotta work on your breath control.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can do that anymore.
Oh, the last show I did, I was dying. Just up there, like, where I was about to have an asthma attack.
Were you doing solo?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
When was your last show?
This last summer at the Silver Bullet.
Oh yeah.
How was that?
It wasn't too bad. I fucked up probably like a dozen times. Everyone's like, "Oh, Nick, good job, hell yeah!" Like, no, it wasn't good. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, in one of Immortal Technique songs, I'm pretty sure he says it's like gift to be an artist, but you at the same time you're your self's worst critic.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
it's the hardest thing, man.
Yeah. I'm the same way. When I make music, like I'll sit there and be like, I'll just fucking go over and over and over, do it over and over again, and be like, just yeah, like exactly, fucking
We've all seen the Gabe. Nasty shit.
one more beer, one more beer. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Definitely.
Fucking worst critic. You're your own worst critic.
Oh, yeah.
That or you try and rush it and it comes out just sloppy and
Exactly.
yeah.
Gotta take your time and find your inspiration and just get in that fucking groove. And then it'll happen.
Yeah.
But if you rush it or you try to like find fake inspiration, you'll never make it.
Right. It's one of the things, at least for making beats, is just finding like one producer that you solely like, listen to all of his stuff, just so you not trying to copy it, but just to get like that inspiration, you know. It's what I have to do. Otherwise, if I'm just out there just like putting stuff together, who knows where I'll end up.
Yeah.
I tried to do the trap music once. That didn't go too well.
No. How many songs did you get done?
Like 2. And I was just like, I couldn't get into it. Not for me.
You have to like double the BPM. You know, it's like 160 or some shit. It's so hard to do a hip hop beat style with that.
Yeah.
Yo, actually, so on New Year's Eve, this guy was telling me about how you can sell this company, or not sell it, but you send this company like as many songs as you want, and they'll use them for like commercials and video games and stuff like that. And if they like any of your shit, dude, they'll fucking pay you good money for it and stuff. You know, like buy your catalog and shit, and then you can get royalty plays off however many copies.
Yeah.
Like if it's on a fucking Call of Duty game, you know, say like you get a badass beat on a Call of Duty game, dude, you
Yeah.
get
For sure.
like
No.
good money.
Yeah, our good friend Broken has a one of his beats on a video game.
Oh, does
Yeah,
it? Nice.
actually, I was about to bring up Broken. When I was talking to him, he was like, when he was like 25 or something, this company hit him up, said they'd give him whatever, how much money he needed, but he needed to come up with 6 beats, 30 seconds each. And then he's like, well, how much? And they're like, just throw us a number. And he just jokingly said like $25,000 or $30,000. And they're like, yeah, wrote him a check.
I mean, each song.
Yeah, and 30-second clips, like that's not
Yeah.
hard. And it was
light
all,
work.
yeah, that was all just for like a commercial of something. And yeah, I was like, man, damn, need to
30,
get on.
30 G's just to fucking do
Yeah.
your, god damn, that's
How many
badass.
projects do you have? 30-second clips that you're like,
a lot.
yeah,
A fuck ton.
yeah, you just gotta market it and put your name out there, and it can happen.
I'll see if I can get figure out what that company's called, but I'll let you guys know that company. You can just, like literally, you just send them shit, dude, and if they like any certain of stuff that you're like if they like a certain style of some of the shit that you send them, they'll be like, oh yeah, make more stuff like this, and we'll fucking
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
get it off of you.
get another nice paycheck every.
I think it was like 10,000 for like the initial beat, and then you get a royalty for every time like whatever game it is on it gets sold or whatever.
That's nice because usually they give you a fat lump sum of money, or you can get royalties. So that's nice. You can get both.
Yeah, that's what I'm not 100% sure on that, but that's what the guy was telling me about
Right.
it the other night.
That'd be nice. I could use an extra 10 grand for
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
clip and then some more mail money, you know?
Right.
Daddy needs some walking around money. He needs a new pair of shoes.
You have enough shoes, Nick.
Gator don't play that.
Oh, it's funny.
Yeah, you do have enough shoes. How many shoes do you own?
That's not what this podcast is about. A lot. Let's just leave it at that.
Thought he was going to pull one out of his jacket and be like, but these go for. It's funny. It is a damn good album. I'll have to give it that.
This is a 2 vinyl one, right?
Yep. There's still another like 6 songs, 7 songs. So
Hell yeah.
How long do you play the whole albums then?
yeah, we can, or we can, if you like, if there's anything else you want to speak on, we can cut it. We can do whatever you guys want. It's kind of just out there, but if you have any more stories or anything these guys want to touch on.
I remember just listening to this shit and like this always made you want to do like hood rat shit. Like, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like, we wanted to go cause some mischief after listening to this kind of music.
Yeah, for sure.
Go to a party,
Get in a fight.
some people punch people in the face. We end up leaving and going back. We're like, oh, we actually left our beer here. And our beer's gone, so we take the beer that's left there. No names need to be said or anything, but just good old boys doing good old things sometimes.
Young and stupid.
Yep.
But
Good fucking memories, though.
I will say that, yeah, this is definitely hood rat shit. You want to go and just like do things that you normally wouldn't do after listening to it. It's definitely not sit down in bed, watch a movie while this is playing, smoke a blunt.
Right. I don't think you're really trying to chill and listen to this with your girl either, you know? I don't know, maybe she's down with that, though.
For my, every girl that I've put it on for, they're like, it's good, but it's not really for me.
Yeah, this isn't their cup of tea. This is a 40 ounce right here.
No.
It's funny, when I went to that show, I went with a couple friends from Missoula, but one of them was a girl, her name was Brittany, and it was like a type of person you're just like, wait, you listen to Immortal Technique? Like, she's a really cool person, but it was just like, you wouldn't take her to be a Immortal Technique fan, and she was just like, yeah, I heard it one time when I was high on mushrooms, and I could just like see the words and hear everything clearly, and she's like, I fell in love, and it's like,
It's awesome.
alright, yeah. So there was like 3 of us, we went.
I was in Boise too.
Yeah, that was in Boise. Yeah, it was Immortal Technique and Khalid. I think that was like 5.
That just sounds like a perfect show, man. Like,
was.
those are 2 that I've not seen. Like, I always wanted to see Mortal Technique, Talib. Black Star would be awesome. Talib,
Black Star
and
would
Most
be dope.
Def.
Oh yeah.
The person that I was dating when Mac went to the show, like I was like, hey, there's this show in Boise. Can I go with Mac? And I was, no, you two will end up in jail. And I'm not bailing you out.
It was
You're
actually
not-
probably a good thing you didn't go, because I almost ended up in jail a couple of times on that trip. Like, it was actually, I'm surprised I even like made it to the show. Like, I got pulled over driving down there, and long story short, the state had fucked up on a bunch of my paperwork. They were supposed to reinstate my license. Like 7 months go by. I finally get pulled over. I'm in Idaho. And the cop's like, you don't have a license. And I'm like, no, I got one in my hand right here. And he just, he didn't take my ID.
Possession's 9/10 of the law,
Yeah.
officer.
But he didn't take my ID, which was cool, because I wouldn't have been able to get in the show if he took my ID. He was just like, I'm going to give you your ID back. I'm like, thank you, man. Like, yeah, I wouldn't have been able to get into the show. And then, yeah, we went to the show, and then afterwards, we got into a little altercation with the cops. We were messing with a bunch of street cones and shit, and they're blocking roads off. We were doing some shit, hood rat shit.
See, you listen to
I
Immortal
know.
Technique.
We went to listen to a concert. We went outside and started doing some hood rat shit, fucking moving signs and closing streets off. And so we went, got some food, and then we were walking back to our hotel, and like we were crossing the street, and this cop like rolled right up on us, and he was like jumped out of his car, and he's like, "You guys come here right now!" And they all started like walking towards the cop, and I'm like, "Oh," I'm like, "Why? Like, what the fuck do you want?" And he's like, "For jaywalking, like walking across when and we were in the crosswalk, but it was like I don't know." But when I looked up, I could see the hand still blinking. Like I was like, "Fuck that, dude!" And like, yeah, they knew it was us messing with those cones, but they couldn't prove it, so they were trying to fuck with us somehow. Yeah, it didn't go very well. I almost got tasered. And
It's not fun.
no, I didn't get tasered though. No. But then, yeah, we left, and had to drive back to Montana the next morning.
It's always fun. Not next week. I think the week after. Gabe and I are going to Tool,
That should be a good one.
Oh, where at?
Boise. Also,
That's like fucking Maynard, man.
10-hour drive.
yeah.
It's gonna be fucking epic.
Hell
Gonna
yeah.
be
Fucking
sweet.
epic.
Yeah.
Fucking A. That's what's up.
Yeah. So it's gonna be cool. I've never witnessed a Tool concert, so
Boise would be dope too, because they're not going to have any of the COVID restrictions probably.
yeah. Well, hopefully we'll see. If not, find a bar,
Yeah.
listen to Tool somehow. Pretend that I was there.
Right?
It'll be fucking awesome.
Yeah. That'll be good stuff. Luckily, we looked that up because we only booked the R&B or Airbnb for one night. I don't know how we did that, but we got it all sorted out. We got a few nights there, so
Nice.
it just, yeah. If I wouldn't have looked, it would have sucked.
Show up and be like, well,
They also have a couple decent gentlemen's clubs there in Boise.
Oh. How do you know this, Nick?
Hood rat shit, man.
Too much Immortal Technique. I can't remember the last time I was in Boise, but
Boise's pretty dope. I was only there that one time for that show. We went, we pretty much hung out. We got there, I don't know, we had a few hours to hang out and walk around the town and stuff, check it out. Went and got some food, and it was pretty cool.
yeah,
It wasn't bad.
right on. Well, I'm excited.
fuck yeah.
Where was the Immortal Technique show?
At the knitting factory.
Okay.
Knitting factory.
Yeah, is that where you guys are going, or the Tool? I feel like being in college or
Stadium or something.
I think it's in an arena somewhere.
Yeah, arena of some sort. It's supposed to be massive.
Oh shit! Yeah, I was gonna say they're not playing at the knitting factory. That's only 1,000 tops there probably.
Is that kind of like Spokane's knitting factory?
I haven't been to Spokane's knitting factory.
Thought you went to Atmosphere and
When Julian got
Yeah.
wasted,
No,
we had to leave.
I wasn't there for that one.
oh, who? That was Atmosphere. And who
Evidence.
else? Evidence. That's
Yeah,
right.
at least
yeah.
we got to see evidence. But we got like 2 or 3 songs into Atmosphere.
and kicked out.
Yeah. I got a plastic cup because I kept going back for shots. I was like, can you just fill up like a cup full of whiskey and give it to me, charge me whatever you want, I don't care. Oh yeah, sure, here, $30, perfect. And I bring it back to our group, and it's super loud, and Julian's already kind of hammered. And I yelled at him like, hey, take a sip and pass it along. Oh yeah, just glug 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 glug. Like, oh no way. And I go to get some more whiskey. I come back and he's just hanging on his wife.
Barely standing.
I'm trying to like block him from the bouncers so the bouncers don't see how just annihilated he is. Didn't work. Everyone went to go get the vehicle and like I'm like holding him up and the car pulls up. We just throw him in there. It looked like an abduction.
Awesome.
I heard plenty of stories about. I heard he like puked all over the
No, he pissed all over your thing. Your
sleeping bag.
Sleeping bag, my cot, everything. It sucked. I had to. Like,
this is your cot now, friend.
This is all your stuff now.
Yeah, no, I didn't want it back. I was like, you can clean it. You can have it if you clean it. You can throw it away. I want nothing to do with it. Oh, well.
Good times.
Hopefully he learned his lesson.
He's down in Guam now, serving our country.
Doing good. Looks like he's doing good. Yeah, he's in Guam.
Yeah, he's been posting in Guam for a while.
Yeah, he's been posting some cool photos of places. You know, it looks fucking beautiful down there.
He's got a friggin' Air Force stash now.
Old Julian.
Right?
This is another song that was just like, geez. Very, very controversial, if you will.
God damn, that's dark.
That is.
Fucking dark.
He would definitely do. People would have shit a brick if they heard that shit nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah, people are too sensitive nowadays.
Probably why he's not really doing too much music.
Yeah, we're like, how do I market myself? I just offend everybody, you know?
Can you look up when his last stuff dropped? Maybe there's something that we don't know.
Good chance.
Good chance. Yeah.
Like I said earlier, I think the last one I heard was that one with the martyr on it.
Oh, Diabolic. That's who I was thinking. He used to do a lot of stuff with Diabolic. And then him and Diabolic had a bad falling out, from my understanding, which Diabolic had some pretty nasty stuff to say, but Immortal Technique just kept it humble, didn't say much, and moved on. Diabolic also is a very like good hip hop artist. If anyone's looking for someone to listen to, it's cutthroat like this, very hardcore hip hop. It's not for the
Party crowd.
yeah, the lullaby songs, elevator music
Right.
type.
Yeah.
They're in your face, raw.
So, from what I found, just quick look, the Middle Passage is the latest album, and I think it dropped just this last year.
Oh shit.
Oh shit. All right. Check that out.
I did see that they did post a new song recently with Ari the Rugged Man featuring Immortal Technique, and it's called "Who Do We Trust."
I think I've actually heard that. I follow both of them on social media. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think I might try to download this when I leave here. Listen to it on the way to work. The Middle Passage.
What was his other album before this then?
The Third World.
Third World now is produced by
2008.
DJ Green Lantern, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no. The Martyr was 2011. Yeah, the Martyr was the last one, and then this, the Middle Passage will be the latest.
Okay. I know the one that he did with DJ Green Lantern I was not the biggest fan of, but that's mostly just due to the beats. I was back when all the air horns were really popular, mixtape and air horn. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And it's not for me. I don't know why everyone went with the air horns. Yeah, exactly. That's all it was. I wonder whose dumb idea that was. Like, let's bring an air horn into the studio. Bang, 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 bang.
You need more cowbell.
You always need more cowboy.
That is definitely a cowbell situation. You know what we need in this? An air horn. No, you don't.
So yeah, no, the Middle Passage came out last year, and I also looked up what he's doing today. He spends most of his time doing philanthropic causes. He does a lot of work in 80-City, Harlem, and everything.
Oh, good. That'd be hard work. Like trying to make a change there.
He's also one of the guys, like, he's stood his ground. Like, he hasn't really changed his philosophy or anything. Like, he's the same person that we heard when we were kids.
Right. Yeah. I'd be interested in listening to his newest album and see what he has to say about some of the things that are going around in the world.
Yeah, I would love to hear his 2 cents on, like, the whole COVID and everything.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely.
Definitely.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind listening to that. But from my understanding is most rappers and all that are like, oh, you can't come to my show unless you're vaccinated. Mm-hmm. It's kind of weird because most of them are always like, no, I don't trust the government. They're trying to kill you.
Right?
Fuck big pharma.
Yeah, and then they're like, oh, get the vaccine quick.
You need to give big pharma their money so they can come see me.
Yeah.
I know that's a reason why a lot of people that are touring right now are skipping over Montana.
Well, no, there's also a lot of people that are going around touring that are only playing places that don't require vaccine mandates and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The owner, the guy I work for, Nick, who owns Kettle House, man, he was telling me about it. Like he's saying, oh man, he said it's a nightmare right now trying to book with certain agents and stuff. So many bands have so many requirements and shit like this, and it's like, and then some bands are like, we don't give a fuck.
Yeah, just let's go. Let's get back to normal.
You know, and I mean they try to accommodate as much as they can, but
There's only so much you can do.
Yeah, and it's like they're not requiring their employees. You know.
Prof just came through Missoula, and like I've been following his feed and everything, and like he's like staying quarantined in between shows and everything, and like testing himself all the time.
Well, I'm sure he has to do that for certain venues he's going to and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess when you're an artist, you know, I mean, it doesn't matter if you're for it or against it. You know, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do to keep your career going. You know.
Right.
Exactly.
I mean, I wouldn't really understand. You know, I don't understand it. You know, but it's probably a hard position to be in. It's like, all right, do I just do music online now for the rest of the life, or can I fucking go and tour and do shows? You know,
I'm a TikTok artist.
Shows were always the best. Like
I love 'em.
seeing people live, just the
The ambiance and everything.
All the fans, everybody there, everybody likes the artist. It's fucking awesome. you know?
Last concert I went to was from Cypress Hill and Atmosphere, actually,
oh, funny.
at Kettle House.
I was there for that one. That was a good one.
Great show.
I should have went to that.
I lost my voice at that one. Just when Atmosphere came on, you know, you guys know me. Like,
Oh yeah,
I'm going word for word on
Yo,
almost every song.
Atmosphere did a great. Dude, I swear he gets better every time I fucking see him.
No, and he did all old school songs.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't do anything off the last two albums.
No, dude, it was great, dude. I loved every minute. No, dude, it was fucking. I was doing the same thing, word for word, singing every. And then Cypress Hill, man, dude. Cypress Hill he did a good job, dude. When Cypress Hill was playing, no, dude, it was so like you could just see it, a sea of cloud of fucking weed smoke coming out of the concert, dude.
It was a little weird because it was still like light out, but like I definitely felt the vibe on that.
Oh
too.
yeah, dude, it was dope. Yeah,
When was that? I never saw it.
that was this fall.
Yeah, Kettle House like was it?
No, it was
Summertime
September
still. I think it was still summertime.
Was it? All right. Where was I? I'm trying to think where I was working at that time. I was still doing Granite at that time, so yeah, it was in summer.
I couldn't tell you.
It was definitely a good show.
This spring, I believe, we are supposed to have our amphitheater finally built, and they said that they're going to start trying to pull in more big acts, country, jazz, some rock, and then some local artists.
Is that the community college one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they.
Where are they building? Like, where is it? Is
It's-
it behind the college?
Yeah.
Like back in because I haven't really seen any construction. Right? Well, I mean, I don't really pay attention that much over there.
Right.
So.
Supposedly, my country or my fucking
Your
my company has the contract for that, so I might be laying the block on that.
right on.
Yeah,
yeah.
hopefully we got it.
My country.
My country. What are you thinking about right now?
I don't know.
It's moral technique shit, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bush did it.
Did it? Hey, can you rewind that a little bit? Bush did it.
And just so conservatives don't take it to heart, I don't think Bush did it because he isn't that smart. He's just a stupid puppet taking orders on his cell phone.
Pretty much.
Yep.
Who's the real puppeteer?
Oh yeah.
Some things don't change,
Crazy. This was like 15 years ago when he dropped that shit.
right?
Yeah, almost 20.
It's crazy.
2005.
Fucking crazy.
2005. Yeah. Shit. Well, yeah, it was. Damn.
Yeah.
Because 9/11 is over 20 years ago now.
Wasn't it 2001?
Yeah. It was 22 years ago.
Yeah,
That's fucking
I was
crazy.
in 6th grade.
I was in 7th.
Yeah.
I was going to Linderman at that time, and I remember it because I had first period study hall, and we were watching it on the TV. And we watched the second one because the first one,
Yeah, the
first one I'd already hit.
Yeah, I was at home when the first one hit.
Yeah, I don't. I just heard it on the radio, something about the White House, or not the White House.
Pentagon.
Yeah, the Pentagon. Or did that happen before the towers? The Pentagon.
It was all. I think it was all the same day.
Yeah.
I was always
Pentagon.
thinking,
They thought the White House was gonna get hit.
Yeah.
The towers got hit, and then one went down to Virginia.
Yeah.
Flight 93 went down in Virginia. Yeah. That was a fucked up day. I remember that.
Oh, dude, the whole fucking country stood still at that
Yeah.
point.
I remember being like, what in the I thought it was a Die Hard movie at first.
Yeah,
I was like, what
I
is
didn't
this?
understand it.
I didn't. No, yeah, man,
They
definitely.
kept on replaying it, and I was like, "What is going on here? Like, why are we keep on watching the same clip?"
Yeah.
Like 4 periods in that they're like, "This is happening right now in New York," and I was like, "Oh,
Right.
oh,
Yeah.
And even then, it was still kind of hard to comprehend. I mean, we were all how old in 7th grade? I was how old was I?
Ninth grade? 8th grade?
eighth grade."
Yeah.
I wonder, how old were you in 8th grade?
15,
Yeah,
14.
early pubescence.
Yeah, so like, well, I started driving in 9th grade, and I was 15 in 9th grade.
Yeah, so I was like 14 or 15.
I remember they took us over at Mrs. Barber's class across the fucking hall, and there was some chick that started freaking out because her like aunt worked in the towers or whatever, and then they pulled her into the hallway and she was freaking out, and we were like, "What in the fuck is going on?" And then like it like flashed to some lady, and she's like, "We saw people jumping," and there was like people jumping to their fucking death. Like,
Yeah, that's crazy.
yeah, that's when it hit home to me. I was like, God damn, like, it's really happening right now. Like, such a weird day in my life. Like, all of our lives, you know? Crazy. It's crazy to think that we actually lived through that. You know what I mean? Yeah, you can have one.
Ah, and here he goes. Freedom of speech with the Pinocchio.
No strings to hold me back. Yep.
You did a good job on sampling all this stuff.
Oh, yes.
This is the beats on this. Like, if you listen to the first album, like, it wasn't even near close to this album.
Yeah.
Like, this album.
Going back, like I said, Viper Records, but like right there, he's just like straight independent. There's nothing to say or do to me. Like, so Viper Records might be his.
Oh, probably.
Yeah, probably his own thing, you know?
Yeah.
Check that out. Or he did what RZA did with Loudon. And was just like, we'll sign to you, just get our word out, but you do not own us. You don't own our music. So many artists get screwed like that. Like Benefit,
Yeah.
when he first started, he put out that one album, and they owned him for 10 years. He couldn't do anything without them making money, and he couldn't get anything like done. So he did that one album, and then fell off the face of the earth for 10 years. And after 10 years, when his contract was up, he was like, "Oh, by the way, I'm back."
Yeah.
Started to do stuff with Mr. Green, and then he came out with some other stuff, and I don't even know what happened to Benefit lately. Like, he did those first few songs together and just gone.
Yeah, that whole contract shit's fucked. You own all their music, like, what a way to kill, like, productivity and inspiration.
That's why so many
You know
people
what
are
I mean?
trying
Like,
to
I'm
be
not even gonna make
independent
music.
now, you know?
Yeah.
Like an independent, I mean, with the internet now, you can do that shit, you know?
Right.
Like, the internet's probably killing the fucking music companies. They're probably fucking hating it,
Yeah.
you know?
Remember when Napster came out and all the fucking music companies
Oh,
freaked
yeah.
out?
Well, going back to we talked a little bit
hey,
last
if-
week, but
you might have to-
Benefit took control and like used that to his own advantage.
You might have to describe to some of the younger listeners what Napster is.
It's herpes for your computer.
Yeah, pretty much. It was AIDS for your computer.
Yeah,
Peer-to-peer sharing.
Yep.
But going back to this, Immortal Technique is the owner of Viper Records.
Okay. Yeah, so he made his own independent label. Does it say who all he has as artists himself?
He had a DJ Pacifico.
Named it after a beer. Fucking A. One of my favorite beers, actually.
Yeah, the Combine's on there. Dot Demo, Johnny Def. Oh, he's Savant. Yeah,
I don't think I've really heard any of them before.
I've heard the Combine.
Have you?
Yeah, Combine's kind of like some old school, just like guttural hip hop and everything.
Who were those artists that you showed me a long time ago? They're freestyling, like it looked like in a basement. Oh man, they're really good though.
I'm trying to think.
I think there's like 3 or 4 of them, but their rhythms were just amazing.
Was it Loaf Music?
Yeah, Loaf
Yeah,
Music.
Loaf Music. That's a good group. They're like kind of newer, younger, but they're bringing the old school like feel of hip hop
Yeah,
back.
it was definitely more raw, but they could spit. That was good stuff. Better than any of the stuff that you.
Oh yeah, it was very nostalgic. And it's like yo, this is from like a couple months ago. This sounds like late 90s.
Nice. That's what's up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the good stuff. Good boom bap feel to it with, I don't know, I'd probably compare it to like Big L Status on their rhymes.
Fuck yeah.
What's
it called?
Loaf Music. That's the collective, and I think one of them was Def Loaf, and yeah, there's a few of them, heavy hitters.
Hell
How do
yeah.
how do you spell loaf on that?
LOAF.
Oh yeah, okay, just normal.
Hell yeah.
I gotta go and check that out. I was trying to think of it the other day too, because I wanted to listen to it, but I couldn't remember it.
Yeah, I'll have to go check that out. I think that's the last thing I bought off Bandcamp. Was their album, probably like 3 years ago.
Oh yeah.
I always forget
Bandcamp, I
about,
haven't heard about Bandcamp for a while.
yeah, I always forget about Bandcamp.
It's a good service because it's one of the highest paying back to the artist, like revenues on the internet. Like the artist actually gets more than most other like streaming services.
Really?
Yeah. I heard a lot of artists were dropping out of Spotify for whatever reason. I forget what it was.
You
But
get pennies, man. I was just reading the other day. I think it was like Eminem. Don't quote me on the numbers, but he was getting like 100 million like streaming views, like bi-monthly or something, and he was getting like a couple million off that. Which that's a lot of money, but for like over 100 million, you're getting that's like
Yeah. Yeah.
that's pennies.
Yeah. Man.
Like you have to be like one of the most popular people in the world to actually like
Make a little bit of money. Yeah.
listen to us. We all make like 40, 50 grand a year. Like, oh, it's only a couple million.
yeah, for music. But, you know, if I was a successful musician and
Just to see your impact, and that's all you get from it.
yeah,
It's kind of fishy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd also be checking into that.
Yeah, just
But I also didn't know, like, so in the bar, Mac, you're the one that told me this, is that you can't just show up with a laptop, like, on days and just, like, hit play. So that's what I was like, why don't they just do that? Like,
Yeah, no, they gotta playing somebody's music in a business establishment. They have to pay royalties and stuff. Like
Yeah.
with those jukeboxes, that's why everyone's getting those jukeboxes and things, because that thing's like all automatic generated because the money goes to that company or whatever. You know.
right.
Crazy.
I would love to have one of those jukeboxes, and I'd just go and get music. 'Cause there's still so much music that those don't have that every time I go and look, it's like, oh, you have one album of one artist. Like, who else do you have? And it's just like, not there, it's gone.
that'd be a cool investment for you, like, because I bet you have a lot of like 45, just like single vinyls and everything.
Yeah.
Get one of those old school jukeboxes that would crane arm and pick. Like,
Yeah.
that'd be cool.
Yeah. Just, I need the room for that.
Be able to switch the vinyls out. You probably got too many to fill that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I probably, like, right around 3,000 records now.
Damn.
Yeah. So again, for all the people that may or may not come onto the show, it's not just hip hop. Hip hop is what I mostly know about.
Right.
Can talk about it, but I have a lot of records from rock to hip hop, country, all kinds of stuff.
You got country?
I do got country.
Hey man, I like me some like, I like me a little country here.
I like
and
me
there.
some country.
Fucking A.
Actually, Indigo just bought me a really good record. There's a song that I wanted to sample, actually, and we couldn't find it on the internet. She found the vinyl and got it for me. I forget the actual artist's name, but that was cool. And then also this week, my Chill Bump Crumbs Volume 2 showed up. And also Cypress Hill, one of their albums showed up this week. Still got 2 more of theirs coming. And let's say also a Mr. Green album.
Nice. What's up?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, always on the lookout for more.
To the people listening, I just flipped off my phone. I just lost a pair. I lost an auction on a pair of sneakers.
This fucking guy, man.
Him with his fucking sneakers.
I just lost an auction on some sneakers.
Yeah, I literally just flipped off my phone.
I know. I was
What
looking
kind
at-
of sneakers were they?
Some Jordan 5s.
How many do you have?
Enough.
All right. All right.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Gotta have something.
Right.
Better than spending all my money on drugs. That's just-
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, just-
Clickety clack.
Clickety clack.
At least it's not crack. You know? Which brings me to my next point. Don't smoke crack.
You guys seen the internet meme of fucking Joe Biden, but it's just that guy off of The Water Boy that can't speak, the fucking Cajun guy. It's so fucking funny. Oh my god. I saw that a couple days ago and laughed.
On the way, mate. You guys see homos naked? That's cool, I guess.
That's cool. Yeah, I like to see homos naked.
So these are definitely the sadder songs that I typically don't listen to.
This is alleyway walking music to me, man.
Yeah.
Walking through
Yeah.
the alley in the middle of the night.
Fucking A. Headphones on.
That's my shit, man. That's my meditation. That's my therapy.
Me too.
It's definitely nice in summertime, middle of the night, throw on some headphones.
And just walk. Yeah.
Honestly, I'd rather walk. I like walking. Just if it's not a super cold night, like in the wintertime though, on a nice night, just
Quiet.
super quiet,
Yeah.
dude.
I love that.
Like,
I love
and then the crunching sound of the snow. You know, you got your headphones rolling.
Something about it. I wrote a song about it.
Yeah, it's one of the first part of it I just quoted. That is one of my favorite songs when we were growing up. Is when you showed me that, I was like, oh my god, we're gonna go so many places.
We're gonna be so famous.
I went back when we were trying to do shows at LaSalle Grange Hall.
Oh yeah, yeah. God, that was fun. I remember just being blitz. We had drinking like a bunch of Everclear, and we were just trying to freestyle the songs that we'd come up with, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, if we would have just practiced the lyrics a little more, a little more successful. But still, the beats were fucking.
Could have made it.
We
would have made it.
We're
started at the Grange. Now we're here.
yeah. I think those beats were the EJ beats back then.
They were, yeah.
Simple copy paste the beats, just
Yep.
it's like Tetris but working horizontal.
Right.
Good introduction to beat making, but not
No,
very legit. You know.
spent a lot of hours though creating that. It's funny because you made all those beats when I got out, and then you let me borrow the program, and I made beats, and I used some of the same samples that you use. It's like, oh damn, like I see the limiting, and then Garrison and Roland introduced me into Sean and his brother, not his brother Matt. I still actually talk to Matt. Yeah, Big Matt. And they're like, oh, dude, we got beats too. And they threw in theirs, and it was the same samples. Like, wait a second.
Wait, you're using the same program or fucking.
Is this EJ? And they're like, yeah, how'd you know? And I was like, dude, I got like the same beat, but different. And they're like, oh, well, listen to ours though. No, like, I don't. This is no good. We all have the same.
We gotta stop using EJ.
Yeah. And then, yeah, Matt and Sean. Sean was really good. So was Matt. Yeah, I know they're still in town. They opened up a restaurant together.
Didn't Matt used to have that like urban streetwear?
No,
shop?
no, not
Was that
different Matt.
Okay.
Sean and Matt, they are just like regular country boys. Big Matt, I don't know whatever happened to Big Matt.
That's what I thought you were talking about.
Oh, my bad.
That's who I thought you were talking about too.
No, that Matt actually.
They used to make beats and
Yeah,
stuff too.
he made really dope beats. Also, you can find him on SoundCloud some way, somehow.
Yeah, I don't know what his name was.
I can't remember either, but no, I remember seeing him years ago, and he told me to check his shit out and fire.
Yeah, no, that he had a good ear. He really did, Big Matt.
Yeah, he's the one who owned that urban clothing.
Yeah, was it Urban Clothing?
Yeah,
Right
like-
across the skate park.
Skate shop, urban
Skate shop. It was down.
Well, it used to be down by the skate park, and then
It was behind the baseball fields and everything, yeah.
it was right there at that house across the street.
Yeah.
And but then they moved to it was like Center Street, and they had that one little half dome
Yeah.
place, you know.
Yeah,
We used to go in there and skate all
Skate,
the time.
yeah.
Yeah, so past the mall, heading
Yeah.
towards Meridian.
Yeah.
I remember when I was a kid going to that shop and like buying like the gangster bling hats and like the
Right.
fake diamond earrings.
Yeah.
Well, they always used to sell all the old school mixtapes and shit too.
Yeah.
Like, they used to sell a bunch of mixtapes
Yeah.
there.
because they had another urban skate, or I don't know if it was urban skate, but they ran another skate shop in Spokane, and that was like when all the like mixtapes were coming out, and they were just collecting massive amounts of, those mixtapes and just all the streetwear
Yep.
they thought was cool. I never wore any of it just 'cause it wasn't my style, but it's cool that they're trying
I
something.
look back and cringe.
Dude, I look back the old school chain photos, you know, like have the silver sterling chains everyone
Yeah.
used to wear. Fucking, oh man.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I definitely look back at photos and I'm just like, God damn it, I wish I could go back and just smack the shit out of my younger self.
Just yesterday, we were watching some videos. These girls came over and we were watching. They put on like it wasn't TLC, but it was someone else. But just like the old like 90s.
Destiny's Child
Yeah,
shit.
and like what they were wearing, it was just like what? Like, I mean, truly it's better than what some people wear today. But it was still like, what were we thinking?
Right?
No one just stopped and looked at that and was like, no,
No, we're not gonna do that.
don't do that.
Yeah.
The overalls with one fucking thing
Yeah.
attached and shit.
Oh shit. Yeah, I'd still rock some overalls though if I had some.
There's a picture of us. We all went to a party out at Ashley Lake like fucking 15 years ago, and there's like 20 of us all in this
Yeah.
picture.
I wasn't in that picture, but I remember that night.
Yeah.
I
yeah, we
left
almost.
Portland, I think.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we all got trashed out there. Almost burned the campsite to the ground.
I think that's actually the same fire that you and Shayna took the picture together, and it's your silhouette.
Oh,
and
okay.
that fire just raging behind you guys.
Right? Yeah.
That caught the tree next to it on fire.
We were always kind of reckless with our fires when we were kids.
Well,
Didn't burn anything down though.
I mean, we chopped trees down into the middle of the fire up at Ashley Lake once. It
I
was,
wasn't a part of that.
yeah, just dropped it right in the fire and lit the fucking thing on fire.
were you guys ever went to the can and somebody
Yeah.
went out there and they had like a camper and they lit it on
It
fire?
was Tyler's uncle.
Yeah, it was like a beacon to the valley. There was this giant flame on top of this mountain, and we were all like, "We need to get the fuck out of here." And as we were leaving, like, I remember we were driving the road back to Kalispell, and just cop, lights on, and we were like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
they're fucked."
Yeah.
Got out of there.
But that's it for this record. It's coming to a close.
Fucking A.
Thanks for
Summary
hanging
of this whole
out.
thing, do hood rat shit.
After listening to this album, go and listen to this album, and then
I'm gonna go do some hood rat
I like
shit.
doing bad things. It's fun doing bad things.
But I appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Mac, thanks for coming through, man. We appreciate you.
Hell yeah.
For the record, that's what we got.
Nothing less.